guys, I'm up here with the broilers again today, and I wanted to go over how I move their entire fencing setup. I do this routine about every 5 to 6 days, depending on how it lands with when I work. The whole process generally takes about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how far and wide the chickens spread out. But I've got some tips that I've picked up over the summer to how to get them all back together again fairly efficiently. So let's get into it. I'm going to start by mowing a square for where the fence goes, and that'll just keep the grass from touching the electric fence. It'll help save the battery as best as we can and increase the efficiency there. When I do that, it'll be kind of a rough estimation as to how big the fence is going to end up being. And so, you know, if it's not exactly perfect, you can either mow where it actually needs to be or just call it good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So that was not an exact square. It doesn't have to be. This edge out over here actually follows our path that leads up to our garden. So that's all right. And it's probably on the small side, also okay, because these guys are going to be butchered here in about 3 more days. So I don't need the full 5 to 6 days out of this pen size. I'll probably just overlap it a little bit with this area that they're currently in, and just to make up the extra space. So now I'm going to turn off the Energizer, and I'm going to disconnect all that, and then I'm going to take the sticks out of the corners here, and I'll move all of that over to where the new entrance to the fresh pen is going to be. Now that everything's moved over here and ready to go, I'm going to start taking down the fence, and then I'm going to set it up starting there. I'm going to start there. I'm going to go around that side and kind of make it into kind of like a J shape, and then I'll move their shelter into the corner. So let's get started on that. Alright, so to do this, you want to grab it just about the middle of the pole and stick your fingers through. And you're going to grab your next stick and turn it sideways. Then lap it on your fingers like that. Then you're just going to keep going down the whole fence line. By the end of it, you have a 100-foot fence bundle. And you can just flop it on the ground. Look out, chicken. And your last post is just right on top. All right, let's get it set back up. As you can see, the chickens have spread far and wide. Well, that's okay. As soon as I start refilling their feeder, they'll come right back. All right, so when I go to set up the fence again, I don't start with the top post. That'll be the gate. I just kind of throw it off to the side. I don't like to have the gate on the corner because it's not as strong, so I like to have it in one of the straight stretches. So I'll take the corner post and I'll step that in there. And then you can just kind of walk I prefer just to lay it out and then come back and stand up the posts later. Tends to be easier for me and my experience level. I always put pressure on the bottom of the post to make sure that the bottom is nice and tight. So once that's down, you step on it. So I've got kind of a J shape set up already. You can see the chickens are already starting to congregate back in their fenced area. I don't know if they just identify it as security or what the deal is, but they keep coming back. So now I've got to move the shelter into that top corner up there. Now there's only a few scragglers, so I'm just going to scare them over, and then I'm going to keep dropping fence. Alright, so in this second half, I start with this post here, and I put it next to that guy to form my gate. And then I reset the corner from there. Then I got to put the corner supports back in. So to that, I just used a little loop here. That's my gate. Then I cut these branches here instead of buying the fiberglass sticks. They just grab the fencing there and they hold it up for me. All right, now I can set back up the Energizer. Now they're moved. So from here, I'll just refill their feed, refill their water, turn the Energizer back on, and call it a day. Ready to go until tomorrow. If you have any questions about what we've done here today, or other questions about raising broiler chickens, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and maybe we'll make another video. Maybe we'll just respond to the comments. Depends on how many we get. All right, thanks for watching.